I'm $11,926 into Whiteout Survival. It's day 84, and we're in the last phase of state versus state prep. I'm going to show you where I am tonight. I'm going to do a little bit of spending because I did a bunch of spending, in previous days of SVS prep waiting for this day. So now it's just a matter of doing just a tiny little bit of spending and then doing the last bit of my state versus state prep. I think I'm just going to do it now during this session because there's only so many hours till the end of the battle. I don't see much point in trying to snipe this. I will have to cut in some of the pet work I did because I did do some of the pet upgrades, and I'll kind of splice that in. But other than that, let's get going. So first of all, let's go to the standard section here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the daily deals because I already did a bunch of spending in the other areas. So that's that. I'll grab my weekly or my daily claims for the weekly and monthly cards. And that's that. Oh, I ran out of the pet weekly card. You know what? A lot of you told me this was worth doing because pets are hard to get a hold of. And I may actually do that again, but I'm not going to do it right now because I've been spending so much on other things. So I need to kind of, curb it just a little bit in the short term. So that's that. Of course, we have the state versus state going on. I'll come back around to that. The deals. I did the Vault of Enigma. Lantern of Blessings, I'll have to finish this off. I did a bunch of these, but I didn't run them all down, so this isn't the exciting content for tonight, so I'm kind of going to skip that. But I am going to do Frosty Fortune quick, and let's see where we ended up here. I don't know if I ran down enough of the missions here. Probably not. So I'll continue, hunting, doing those. And then I am just going to buy, just so I can put these in the bank, buy these up to the $5 mark. And then I'll do my run tonight with the free refreshes as much as I can. See if I can get a little lucky on these again. Nope, not so lucky. Not so lucky. All right, got a red chest at least. Good. All right. Hey now. All right, that's definitely open all situation right here. Oh, not as good as I would hoped, but that's not horrible. And this is definitely a one and done situation. Hey, and I got 6 out of it. All right, so that's where we stand. And it's looking like I might actually spend this on widgets. We'll see. I know widgets and pet stuff is two of the things that are pretty good here, but it might actually be widgets because I need to do a little bit of widget work tonight. Now with the spending done, let me check the VIP. So grab this. Grab this and use all the VIP, and then we'll see where we stand. There we go. Slow and steady wins the race. What's that, about, I don't know, roughly 800,000 more? A little less than that? Maybe 750? 760? So now let's come back to state versus state. Here's all the things we can do today, and mainly I'm going to be doing a bunch of this actually, so let's just get into it. The next thing I want to do is chief gear because I've been waiting a long time to do the chief gear. But let's see where my points sit right now. So there's where I am, about 5.1 million. And let's get into the chief gear. I've been saving up for this. I'm going to do it in a way that in case I got something wrong, it's not going to, screw me too much. But I'm going to do the gear enhancement. And now I'm going to get the marksman to gold first. All right. Now I'm going to get the lancers to gold, which is going to take a little bit. But I do think I have enough. Put it in the calculator, so hopefully I got everything calculated correctly. The next thing I want to do is get this triplet to T1. So hope I can do that. And I'm just doing them this round robin fashion. I'm watching the amount go down, but I've had it happen before where I screwed something up in the math and it really got me in a pickle. So that's all my T1. And now I believe I have just enough. I think if you see what's happening here, I'm gonna run out of hardened alloy. So what I figured I would do is just press this marksman up to 1 for now. And I've consumed all the resources I can now, as far as, I'll get more of the hardened alloy over time, and I'm doing okay on the design plans for now. So that's where we stand. So this is actually pretty nice. I just wanted to see all the gear gold at least. And now I got the triplet at T1, right? So I've got the 3 set at T1, and I've got the 6 set to mythic, to at least everything's mythic. So I think that's pretty good account progression right there. And again, another account milestone. I've got all the chief gear to gold at least now. So now let's see what that did with points. All right. So now I am in 3rd place with 9.2 million. Okay, so next I'm going to do some widget work on the heroes, which I've been also waiting to do. And you know, I was originally planning on putting a lot into Alonso because he is useful for a while. And I know Philly has a shelf life, but it turns out I was dumping on her for all the wrong reasons. From a whale account, I do see the value of having Philly as an important defense hero. So, you know, being able to hold castle is what we're going to have to be doing for SVS. So I'm basically going to unlock Philly's widget up to level 4. And if I have this all planned out right, I believe I'll be able to do one more level on Alonso and get Philly's widget to 4. Let's see. And maybe 4 isn't sufficient. Maybe I'll have to buy some more because I want to make sure that the expedition skill is unlocked, essentially. All right, and one more. Oh, she's only at 3. So now one more. And now her expedition skill is at least at level 2. And the tricky part with Philly is I don't want to push it too far because, you know, it's kind of like diminishing returns, anything I put on this widget, because she'll only be useful for so long. All right, now I'm going to do Alonso, and I believe if I calculated things properly, I have enough to do 2 widgets upgrades on Alonso. So that gets him to 7. All right. So now this is what Alonso's looking like, which is actually in between. I should probably get him to 8, but that's quite a bit more. I didn't really plan on that. So that would be, I'd need 40 for him. And if I go to Philly, if I wanted to press her any further.
The right medicine.
Whoops.
Even death.
I just upgraded Philly's exploration, but all right, whatever. I didn't really need that to do that. All right, so if I look at Philly's next level, I'd need 25. I'd need 55 to get her up 2 more levels. Yeah, so let me see if I could gather up 55 for Philly. So first things first, we do have this deal that I've been kind of, that would give me 10. And if I did the next one, it would be 20, so that would be a total of 30 that I'd be able to get there, I believe. Is that right? Oh, let me grab this. Yeah, so that's 30. And now if I can get another 25, let's see, go back to Philly.
Nothing is beyond the right.
Crank that up 1 more level. All right. And now I get the expedition skill next, so now I need another 30. And at this point, I could just buy that pack again, but it's getting a little expensive. Let's see. That pack is now $50. So if I go into Frosty Fortune, which is supposed to be a good source of widgets value, how many could I get here? I can get 24 there. Well, I do have a bunch of Frosty Fortune that I've been stocking up. Let's give it a shot. not getting much luck. All right, that's a little better. That's a little better. And grab this. And so now, how many can I get? 30. I didn't need quite 30, but all right. That's good. So now I can go back to Philly.
Nothing is beyond the right.
And now we have Philly's looking pretty good. All right, 10% troops health. I like that a little bit better. And I'll just leave her there. And I actually have been accumulating just kind of organically some Gen 1 widgets as well, I think. I don't know if I have enough. Oh yeah, I do have enough for another Molly upgrade. And let me see, where's Zinman at?
Time to build, baby.
So I'll at least grab that. I don't want to spend too much on... Oh, I didn't enhance it. Don't want to spend too much on Zinman, but at least he's got the expedition skill unlocked now.
Hey, snowball fight.
And then get Molly a little bit more buffed. And that's mainly for SVS points more than anything. So let's see what the points are looking like now. All right, climbing up there. I'm at 11 million now. And total points is still looking pretty good. All right, and the last thing I want to do is do some hero gear work because I've been waiting for some hero gear work as well. So if we look, what I did recently is I got Geronimo up to plus 20. And I do have, you know, Alonso's gear in a pretty good state with red gear. But I really need to get the Lancer gear up as well. Because right now, it's ready to be, you know, it's ready to go red. And I haven't been able to do it yet. I don't know if I have enough Essence Stones, though. So let's see. I think what I'm going to want to do, let's go back to Alonso's gear. I think this gear gives me attack at plus 20, and this gear gives me defense. And because I'm going to be using Philly for defense, kind of, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for this gear first, and let's see if I have enough Essence Stones. Oh, I should have plenty, hopefully. Let's see. So, let's try to get this gear red first. All right, so now we've got it 11. Oh, I should have just done this first, but it doesn't matter, I suppose, the order. All right. So now we have red gear here. And I want to do the same here. I guess I'll ascend it to legendary first this time. And then I'll unlock... Well, I'm running out of Essence Stone, so I need to be a little careful here. What do I want next? I got 2 red here. The question is, I think it might be better to get Alonso's gear unlocked.
The hunt only ends.
Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is spend that last bit here. I think I might have enough for 2, actually. So that I can bring him to plus 20. And...
Hey, snowball fight.
The hunt only ends.
And make sure that I have this unlocked for Geronimo as well. So that I'll be able to bring him to plus 20, because I won't be planning to do any more of these upgrades outside of state versus state prep from now on. So now he's in a position where he can go to plus 20 there. And at least Alonso's got the 1 gear that can. I'm not going to be able to pick up that amount of Essence Stones between now and tomorrow. So basically, this is where we're at. Now, given that I don't really have enough hero gears right now to do too much with them, with Lancer and Marksman, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to allocate this additional amount to the infantry for the increased stats here going into, you know, a battle, and then max that out. And now in power, I'll get to use some Mithril again. And this is important for event points as well. Oops. Quick select. And power. And now I can, oh, it is enhanced. It is at 20 now as well. So now we have Geronimo with 2 +20s, which is a nice place for the account to be in. And at this point, I think what I'm going to do is spend a little bit of the extra
Snowball fight.
on the Lancers. And I think I'm going to, let's see how much I have. So I can go up to, I think I'll be able to, let's see. I'll do +5 over here. And then what can I do over here? Okay, I at least got a +2. So I'll just do +2 there. And I'll save that little bit extra for whatever I decide to put it on next. So good account progression on the gear alone. So there's where we're at for the gear. Now let's see what that did. Oh, I got a hero gear mastery. These are unusual deals. I wasn't planning on spending this. I forgot that this triggered. I know people have told me. I know I've had it trigger on me before. This is usually like at the perfect timing. I don't know if the value is like phenomenal, but it's not bad. And the fact that I can get 240 Essence Stones right now, you know, when I need them, is debatable. Like, I don't know that I really, really need them right now. So let's take a look. What could I do with those extra Essence Stones?
You do notice.
I could use it to get Alonso's gear up to 11, so it's ready to go to +20, but I don't actually have the experience for it right now. I'm already all in on this event, and it's going to be a while before I can actually get him to +20 anyways, and I'm almost out of Mythic gear. I could take it off of other heroes and stuff as well. So I don't know that those Essence Stones are going to actually do anything for me right now, so I'm going to sit on that at least. You know, it's not a crazy value either. It's like, you know, 1480%. And I'm going to get Essence Stones, like this number of Essence Stones by the time the next SVS comes, will come along. So I don't know. I'm going to sit on this for now. I don't think I'm going to end up buying that. I've been spending way too much lately anyways. But let's see where things sit with the points now. All right. Well, that did quite a bit of jump. So now I am at first with 16.5 million pretty much. And my total is looking, you know, quite a bit over. So 16 million and the total there. So that's not looking too bad, is it? So with that done, let's go through a little checklist quick. I've already done a bunch of pet advancement, but I'm going to do a little bit more refinement. I've already done, you know, used mithril, chief gear I've done hero gear and widgets. And previously I did some fire crystal work, and the speed ups are just what they are. So the last thing I'm going to do is just a little bit more refinement because, you know, the one pet that we have that's kind of worth anything right now is the Titan Rock. I would like to get his advancement up a little bit, but I really can't right now, and I don't really want to spend that right now. So I've already pushed him quite a bit. And so really all I'm going to do, because his stats are quite nice, and you know, his stats are worth getting to purple. So I'm going to basically, you know, do a bunch. I don't know how much it's going to be. It's probably going to be, to get him to purple, it's probably going to be over 500. Let's see. Let's start with 500. And then see where it goes. Here we go. The whole time getting event points though. I don't know if I'm going to need these event points, but you know. We'll get some event points and we'll get some better stats from it. But man, this looks like it's going to take a bit. Again, it's not recommended to use the advanced common wild marks on these basic pets because we're going to need them on the pets that really give you a bigger bang for the buck. I am getting some bad luck on these stones though. I guess this is the nature of the diminishing returns though. As you go up in levels, you're going to get more red than green. And in part, I'm doing this to illustrate to you that people who can't afford to do this on their account, to illustrate to you the nature of the common wild marks, the random nature of them. This is what happens. If you remember the other segment, you know, in the beginning, you get stats really easily and quickly. The more you use them, the less, you know, stats you get. So that's what's happening right now. This is the concept, the effect of the diminishing returns from the common wild marks. But again, you don't want to use those advanced wild marks on these basic pets because it's not worth it. They're too rare, too costly to obtain, to use on these basic pets. But I'm burning through some common wild marks right now. The other thing is the common wild marks kind of organically come easier in the game. Like, yes, I bought a bunch of them during Chinese New Year to be able to, you know, maximize the value essentially of that event, and knowing I was going to use them for state versus state prep as well. So, you know, this was kind of a part of an efficient buy that I did. And I knew that I was going to do this. And I specifically knew that I was going to use a bunch of them because people told me how much it was going to take. It was like, you're going to probably need, you know, thousands of them. So that's what I'm doing. This is the game. And don't forget, some of the stuff I do is for the purpose of content creation. So if you're curious how much it takes to get this Titan rock up to, you know, purple, if you play my first segment and play the second segment, you'll be able to get a feeling for yourself how much it actually took to get him to purple using only common wild marks. And it is random, so your mileage may vary. You may get a little bit lucky or a little bit less lucky. I'm getting a little less lucky right now. I know it's the nature of the beast of the diminishing returns, but it still pains me to see the common wild marks all red and not being used at all. Look at that. Red, red, red. Seem to be in the range of something like, you know, I don't know, 70% of them or so are red right now. And it'll only get worse. That's the nature of the diminishing returns. Hey, all right. It's by little amounts right now. I'm like lucky to get a 700 or a 600. Oh, got 1,000 there. Another 1680. Take it. I'll take it. 1,200. Oh, 2520. We're at about the halfway point, pretty close to it anyways, from the 500 batch. Man, what a crap run that is. All right, 1320. Come on. You can get there. And I'm basically gonna keep accumulating these even when we get the next pets. Now that I know how this works, I'm accumulating these until the next prep, because, you know, while it would be tempting to press the pets, like, we need all the points we can get. Hey, 2520, all right. 1920. Yes, 1440. 840. $25.20. Oh, this infantry health is really dragging. $27.60. It's really painful to see this number of common wild marks be burnt. But this is the strategy as I understand it from everything I've heard. Some people it may be debatable to bring this particular pet to purple, but it is generally recommended from a few folks I talked to. This one specifically, not the other ones. Just because he's kind of like the best of the worst that we're going to have for a little bit. And those stats are nice. So that's the other thing to keep in mind. Got about 125, well, it's 127 left. How long is it going to take to the first purple? Man. We're slowly getting there, at least on 2 of them. All right, we got about 90 left out of 500. So it looks like I'm gonna go through all 500 and still not be at purple. Not have 1 at purple. Oh, it's getting close. I might have 1 at purple if I get a little bit more luck. All I need is a little bit more luck. 50 left. Hey now, that's getting real close. $30 left, still no purple. Dangerously close. Hey! Alright, I got a purple. At about 400 and whatever, 75 or so. These diminishing returns are painful. Painful to watch. All right. Here we go. I'm going to do another 500 and see if we can get more to purple. This is, at this point, recommended or not, it's for the sake of content creation. I think this is the right thing to do. People have told me it takes like thousands of common wild marks to progress pets. I thought I was being fancy having a couple hundred of them. Like, no, you're going to need a couple thousand of them. I would at least like to have the infantry purple. But that health is really lagging. I guess the Lancer lethality is lagging most now. Oh, and we have the Marksman. I didn't see that. We got the Marksman to purple. All right, that's good. We got 2 purple. Oh, I got a nice Got a nice round of stats there. All right. Need some more of that. Give me the green. So now we're looking at infantry lethality and marksman lethality probably popping next. But it's all random, so you don't know where you're going to get the stats. It's literally, it's just RNG. It's like rolling dice every time. Come on. Come on. Give me some stats. Man. It's just sucking them away. Almost got the infantry. Come on. Oh my God. Burning through those common wild marks. Hey, all right. One more purple. All right. Are we halfway there? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're halfway there. About 300 left. I need more luck than I'm getting. Looks like, I don't know, infantry lethalities, infantry health has taken a little bump. It's catching up with the marksman lethality. Now it looks like the lancer lethality is actually lagging. Look at this. All right, come on. Give me those nice hits. Now, I hope nobody's annoyed by me not speeding this up because many of you told me you like the longer form videos. You don't even mind if I don't talk that often. You just want to see the gameplay and you want to see the stats going up. So I hope you appreciate this. For those of you who don't, just fast forward through it. There's a little thing on YouTube where you can fast forward and that'll do you just fine. Or you can skip ahead if you need to. But this is really, you know, for the benefit of people seeing the process. Like this is what it's like to try to bring, you know, go from blue to purple on the Titan Rock with these common wild marks. It is just painful to watch, actually. Come on. We need some better hits than that. Getting close there. One step forward, two steps back. Oh, that was a nice one. Come on with the infantry health. $2,000. I'm almost down. I'm almost out of the next batch of 500. Oh. That's a good hit there. Another one. Come on. Come on. Man, that Lancer lethality is just going to take forever, it looks like. Hey, there we go. Oh, we almost got the marksman lethality. So close. All right, we got the marksman lethality. Two more left to go. And I don't think, oh, come on. Hey, all right, I'm only looking at the Lancer lethality now. And that's actually getting pretty close. Hey, got a couple good hits, come on. There we go. Almost out of this batch of 500. All right, so that was 1,000 wild marks. I'm gonna do another 100 and see if I can get that one up. See if I can get the Lancer lethality in another 100. It's so close, but you can see how the diminishing returns works here. So close. Oh, I got it. All right, stop. That was about 1,025 to get all the Titan Rock stats to purple. I'm gonna stop right there. I don't need to do any more. That was my goal. I accomplished it, and that's where we are on the Titan Rock now. I think that ended up being about 1,025 if I saw the ticker correctly. All right, let's see what my pet stats are looking like now. I'll take that. That's looking pretty nice, if you ask me. And for those of you wondering why I did the pets instead of the VIP for gems, this is why. I had a bunch of people reaching out to me saying, hey, this is the better move to make, and here's the math. And I think I understand what they meant now. So that was a wise thing to do. So let's see what that did for points in the event. There we go. Not a huge spike. There, you just get a little bit for each one of them. I did do a lot of them, but that's where we stand. And for total points, this is what I'm looking at right now here. So what is that? About 17, a little less than 17 ahead, 17 mil ahead. And how are we looking for total power? I don't know, that's looking pretty good. So here's where we're sitting. It's not over yet. We do have, you know, almost 9 more hours left, but we'll see how it goes. I think this is looking like it's in a pretty good state. Some of you are asking me if I'm going to go live with the state versus state. I'm not comfortable doing that for a number of reasons, but mainly because I'm worried that there's going to be some people from the other state who would see my content and be able to figure out what we're doing, and I don't need that, and I don't want to do that to my team. So essentially, I think I'm going to try to record it, but this is my first state versus state. It's very early in the morning. I'm going to have trouble just waking up on time and, you know, getting my brain together enough to be, you know, participating in things properly. So I am going to see if I can record it, if I can get everything together and record it, and then I will, you know, post that if I can manage to record it properly. But I'm much more concerned about making sure that my team has my support and I can do things right and all that. So if anything goes wrong, I might not be able to post it. I'll give you an update at least to tell you how things went. So stay tuned. And remember, if you want to follow my journey and you want to see how things go, how my growth goes and how my spending goes, make sure you drop me a like, you subscribe, and you turn on notifications so whenever I post anything, you'll know about it right away. Now, instead of my normal sign off, I'm going to leave you with some bonus content because this is turning out to be a long video, mainly because some of you like seeing the certain progressions, and I did a whole long pet progression earlier in the day. So I'm going to just tag this onto the end of the video. You can cut here if you want and just, you know, thank you for watching and move on. But if you want to see the other pet progression I did earlier in the day, or maybe pets are new to you and you want to see what it's like to go from nothing to green or from nothing to blue, you can see what I did with the other pets in this next segment that leads to the end of the video. But it's kind of like bonus content at this point. So if you want to stay and watch it, feel free. But either way, thanks for joining, and I'll see you again next time. So let's see. The first thing I want to do is get him up to send him a little bit. And let's see. Because the Titan Rock is a battle pet, so I wanted him a little bit higher. That's all I'm going to do right now because, as I understand it, the refinement gets better with the pet level. Oh, 50 is the max anyway, so I could actually start refining him, but I'm not going to refine him first. So he's at 50, he's at the max. What I do want to do is do some of these lower level pets first because he's already maxed, so let's do a little refinement on him and then let's see where the points stand after this session. So some of you said just to use auto, but I don't like the idea that some of the stats go down sometimes. If there's a lot of stats that go down, I don't really want to accept that. I guess in the beginning, auto is probably okay, so let's do at least 10 of them. I could probably do something more like 100. Oh, see, that one I probably wouldn't have accepted. All right. No more auto for me. And in this session, I want to get him at least just to green. I know some of you said to push it a little further, but not right now. Yeah, see, I know, well, all right, one of them improved quite a bit, so the other ones are kind of small. I kind of don't like this system, but it is what it is. It's kind of like rolling dice. It's all random based. I guess I see the point of some of you. Like, it is what it is. It's gonna... Some are gonna go up, some are gonna go down. But if the overall is that you have improvements, then you get the stats where you need them to get. Well, here we got 1 green. Two green. 3 green. 4 green. Almost there. All right. One more. Oh. Yeah, I guess. All right. I didn't really need to do that last one. All right. That's the Arctic Wolf. Let's see what points look like at this point. After that little bit of work. Yeah, not much. And I'm at 2.9 now. All right. And now I think we'll go to the... That was the wolf. I'm going to wait on him. We can do some refinement on the ox. So let's just do... I'll just get it started. I probably don't even need that much for green. And I'll stop it when I see we get to green. Man, those are some bad rolls. It's a good one. Good one. Getting there. Slowly but surely. Now, the auto mode is fairly smart about it, I think. Alright, we're getting there. Two more to green. All right, I'll stop there. So that's the ox. And let's see. So far we've got, I did the cave hyena, I did the wolf to green, I did the ox to green, and now we'll do the tapir. Since he's a blue, I'll do him to blue, but okay, so refinement quality, I guess All right, let's see what it takes to get him to blue. Whoops. Can only be refined to rare quality, auto refine anyways. All right, he's only level 30. I'm going to need a bunch more pet food, I believe. So between him and if I wanted to get the Titan Rock up further as well. All right. All right, so between wanting to level him up and the Titan Rock, I think I'm going to need some more pet food, and so I'm going to go and grab one of the other pet chests, which I thought I was going to need to do. The only problem is I've got to try to calculate how much I'm going to need. After hitting wascalc.com, I think the best way for me to configure this right now, if I'm not going to spend any more at least, is to grab 2 of the foods and 1 of the chests. And this will allow me to get Titan Rock where I want them, and then the tapir as well. So let's see. So first things first, I really want to make sure I get the rock up to 60. So let's do that first. All right, so the rock's up to 60. And now get the tapir up. I don't know if I'll be able to get them all the way to 40. Yeah, I'll have to wait until I get a little bit more pet food. Actually, I can probably grab some of that. I only need like 1,000 or so. So I'll grab that right now. Of course, this is a never-ending thing. You're going to need more. So I think I'll grab some of that from here. I think I only need 1,000. All right, and that way the refinement is capped at epic at least, and I'm only going to rare right now. So let's now get his refinement up a bit. I want to get it to blue. I'm not going too far with his refinement anyways. Interesting to see how long it'll take. We're getting there. This is good for not only permanent power, but also for those stats. Oh, got some bad stones. All right, we're almost 70 stones in now. Got our first green at about 69 stones. Second green. Feel like I'm getting a bad run of luck with these stones, but this batch. All right, third green. Around 100 in. That definitely took longer than some of the others. All right, fourth green. That was about 110 in. Oh, fifth green. And should be, all right. Got them all green now. That was around 120 or so. This is a lot of stones. Now I see why folks told me to stock up on these. This random luck. My luck has been garbage lately, so hopefully I can get a little better luck. Throwing stones away. Come on. As expected, as you go up, you get less of a chance to increase. This is why the stones have a diminishing return, essentially. And why I don't want to spend too much of them on these lower level pets. If I recall, people have said that it takes around 380 to get these to blue, so we'll see. I just did a batch of 200. It's about to wrap up now. That's not too bad after 200 actually, but it is a grind. All right, I'm going to do another 100. See if I can get these to blue, or how many I get to blue by 300. Come on. Give me those stats. Getting closer. All right, we got our first blue at about 250. We're around 260 now. Oh, I should say. $270. Oh, right around 270, we got the second blue. $280, roughly. Got the third blue. Right around 290 now. All right, that's 300. So now we'll see how much it takes to get the rest to blue. We're at 300 and counting. $310 roughly. We got another blue. We're at 320 now. That bottom stat's going to take a bit. Feel like I haven't gotten lucky on that one. 330. Yikes. The diminishing returns are very real right now. $350. $360. $370. Well, right around 360. We got that blue. Now, is it going to be worth the rest? We're at 370. Oh, that bottom one's taking forever. Marksman health. We're at 380. So based on what I've seen and heard other people do, I think my luck hasn't been that great on these. Come on. I'm going to be at 400 and still not have them all blue. Oh, that's really close. All right. Let's see how many more it takes. This will be 420. If it needs them all. The diminishing returns are very real at this point. Come on. That's 420. Oh, that's annoying. This will be 440. Almost there. Come on. All right. Stop. That was just under 440. I didn't see what this final score was. Probably it's like 430. So we got all the giant taper to blue for about 430 stones. So we got green to green, blue to blue, and now the Titan rock. Before I do that, let's see how many points that put on the board, just out of curiosity. All right, I'm at 3.5 now, so that's not too bad. That was a good run of points. And let me claim this. Because there's some common marks in there and some food in there, which I definitely need. All right. And now let's get the Titan rock to at least blue. So based on that experience, I'm going to go to, let's do 500 and see where we land. You can see what happens in the early stages. It's easier to get good stats, and you know, as the stats get better, it's harder to get better stats. I forgot to check the power. Your power goes up a little bit each time too. One of the reasons I'm doing this early is because it's the most random part of the process. Like, I wasn't sure how long it's going to take, so I didn't want this kind of being a bottleneck towards the end of the event. So at least getting blue to blue, green to green was a strategy for this phase anyways. All right, so far. All right, so far the luck's been a little better. No, first green at about 70. Second green, right around 80. Third green, right around, well, still right around 80. Oh, fourth green, around 85 or so, 80, what was it? Just before 85. 90. And we're right about at 100. Still didn't get that last green to pop. But we're going to blue anyways. Alright. Right around 100. What was that, 103? Now it gets harder, as we saw last time. Come on. Give me those good stats. Good, good. Suppose you gotta take the good ones with the bad ones, as long as it averages out. So we're around 150 right now. Getting closer. Approaching 200, or right around 190. Now 195. All right, 200 and still no blue. $210. $220. 230, and we got our first blue right around 230. $240. $250. $260. And I'm throwing a lot of stones away. Man, what a bad run that was. $270. $270. 280. $290. Coming up on 300. All right, 300. $310. Almost there. All right, 310. Oh, I got a better run this time. Only at 310. Should be able to get blue pretty soon. 320. $330. Throwing a lot of stones away. Man. 340. See how this works with the diminishing returns, right? 350. Oh, come on. All right. I think that was about 360, 355. I think it was 355. 355. I think that was right around there. All right. That's not too bad. That was a better run. I'm going to leave this at blue for now. Let's see. I might take it to purple, but let's see where that put me for event points. All right, not quite at 4 million, but I think that's good for the pets right now. Let's just do a quick review. Claim these. Let's just do a quick review of where the pets are on refinement. So we've got the cave hyena to green, Titan rock to blue, tapir to blue, Arctic wolf to green, and musk ox to green. I think that's all of them. And if there's one I want to advance before the others, it's going to be the Titan rock because of the battle bonus. So let's see if I have enough here. Oh, I'd need 28 of those chests for the taming manuals. Well, I'm going to wait on the Titan rock then.